Thank you for joining me. This is the Spiritual Princess, and today I wanted to talk about angels. As a trained medium, I became skilled at working with angels for protection and healing. My guides told me that if someone works with angels regularly, connecting to the angel energy and feeling their angelic presence, that you can ask them to heal, or you can ask them to heal other people who might need that type of healing. If somebody does not work with angels, it's much harder to ask the angel for healing or protection because that person will not be tuning into their angelic presence, or they won't be able to feel when they work on them or that they are there for protection. There must be a belief in angels that they will help when needed. If there is any doubt, healing or having protection does not happen the way it needs to happen. So in order to strengthen this connection with angels, a person needs to sit quietly and connect to their energy. The more someone links to that strength and energy, the easier it is to communicate with them regularly. Now, as a rule, angels need to be called upon to help. Now, how do you know if you have connected to the angel versus spirit energy? Angels can defend in so many different ways and take any form depending on why they are summoned to be there. But the angel energy feels lighter than a spirit energy because they are vibrating at a higher vibration, and it will not have a heavy feeling like, say, an earthbound spirit would. Angel energy tends to feel peaceful instead of fearful or someone with regrets, as a spirit person sometimes can. There are some indications that an angel is near. Sometimes you will see a bright light. The light can appear out of thin air or as an apparition, but you will understand why it shows itself to you, usually for protection, guidance, or even a more serious matter. Some angels have stepped in to save a life, and these angels are extraordinary types that can change the outcome of a disaster or from a person dying. Typically, these angels know ahead of time that something bad's going to happen, and it's not the person's time to leave because maybe they are going to bring something beneficial to the world. So the other side determines if this person will need special assistance, and they will send the angel at the right time. Otherwise, know that everyone needs to call upon angels for help. Most angels do not appear the same as the unique types of angels that alter life events. Those types of angels will come to create true miracles, and it's pretty rare. My guide gave me a prayer for protection if I ever felt like I needed something extra in my life. And here's the prayer I'll share. Dear Heavenly Angel, please come help me heal from anything I might need help with in my life. I seek your angelic help today and every day as I move through my life. Thank you. Amen. Now, if you feel like you're in immediate danger, my guides suggest calling on an archangel to assist you. And here's that prayer. Archangels, I need your help now. I fear I am in danger and I don't know what to do. Please come now and assist me. Thank you. Amen. So now the archangels can assist in any form that would be most helpful. And they can stop bad people from carrying out destructive plans. They can prevent crashes because they are incredibly evolved. So archangels are great for protection in dangerous situations. They are like the special particular angel that I mentioned earlier, but it's just not the same. God has created various groups of angelic beings for all kinds of different reasons. My guides say people don't work with angels enough because if we did, angels would stop many terrible things from happening before they became dangerous. So one thing to know about working with angels is that they enjoy helping, and they are willing to help anyone. Angels are created so that every living person could have thousands on their side at any given time if they chose to call on them. One of the more important things that I had to learn as a psychic medium, because my guides taught me, is they said a strong psychic medium first needs a strong base in faith, specifically in God and the angels. Without a strong faith-based belief system, it allows negative spirits into your realm, which can cause chaos in somebody's life. Once a strong spiritual belief has been established, working with higher vibrational beings such as angels and spirit guides becomes pretty easy. Knowing that God is there and sends his legions of angels to help everyone who asks will make a psychic medium much more powerful. Now, as a medium, I have to set my boundaries with spirit. My guides say a medium must ask the spirits not to invade their space or disrupt their life. That's up to the medium, but please understand that having this gift is meant to help spirits who have lost their way. So be sure that you let them know you will help them when you're ready. And the spirits will listen and respect the boundaries unless the spirit is dark or negative, evil. They might not have any light remaining inside of them. Now, as for the dark, negative, and evil spirits, my guides have explained that they will not respect boundaries or listen. They will want to cause harm or create problems. When the medium needs to call on the archangels for assistance, that's the time. The archangels, when called upon, will help protect anyone from being attacked. And as a medium, I have had to do this many times when I've come up against angry or evil spirits that have even followed me home but refused to respect my boundaries. And my boundaries are they're not allowed in my house. So the Archangel Michael's role is a very important one. He instantly stops whatever negative spirit is trying to show its power. As soon as anyone, especially a medium, feels uneasy, scared, or in immediate danger from some dark energy, it is best to call the angels for help. I call on the highest of the archangels, which is Archangel Michael, to protect me and others around me anytime I need that protection, because his angelic warrior energy will never let you down. Now, my guides also say most of the time, a dark, negative, or evil spirit will not want to engage with someone of the light, like an angel. They will retreat, but once in a while, you will encounter beings that have learned how to harm the living, so then they might take on that challenge. And that is when it becomes imperative to know without a shadow of a doubt that you are protected, and ask the highest of God's angels like Archangel Michael to come and take care of the dark, negative, and evil spirits. My guides say that any spirit that has no light remaining in their soul will get dissolved by the angels when the living asks for help. The guides and angels dissolve the soul into the light of God to be absorbed. I had taken psychic development courses for about 6 years every week, and the concept of the angels being able to dissolve a soul was all new to me. I had never been taught that in any class or any book that I had ever read. But my guide said that they, along with angels, have the power to dissolve a dark soul when what they perceive is pure evil and it tries to harm the living. And especially if you ask for their help, they will step in and take care of it before it can ever harm you. I will tell you a quick story about how I learned this. In the beginning of my journey, when I was embracing my abilities and my mediumship, I lived in a house with a very angry spirit man who loved to hide in my son's closet. And my son started calling this man Angry Man. And he would try to manipulate my poor son. He would scare him. My son had terrible nightmares. He would refuse to sleep in his room out of fear. Of course, I did the burning the sage to chase him out, but he always came back. And it always felt like there was a battle just brewing between us. He even attacked me in bed one night. He smacked me right across the head. And I thought that I had a huge picture above my bed, a big framed painting, and I thought it fell and hit me in the head. That's how hard he hit me. But after a few years of dealing with this bad-tempered spirit, that's when I started learning about how to fight back and what you can do to get rid of it. Because if you don't know and you can't see something you're battling, it's very scary. So I sat down with my guides and I said, what am I supposed to do? How do I get rid of this? My guide said, you need to neutralize the power that this angry spirit man believed he has. This evil spirit, he would break objects in my house. Again, he would attack me. He was telling my son crazy things. And of course, that was terrifying, but I was more outraged by his malicious behavior and scaring my innocent son. And that's when I had to become skilled at fighting back and taking my power back. So my guide said, you have the power to command the angels, neutralize his learned bad behavior. By the angels neutralizing him, he can no longer harm, communicate, or bother the living. But this is different from dissolving a spirit. Dissolving is rare, but this is a crucial thing to understand if anyone is faced with something harmful. I guess by neutralizing them, they just take all their power away. They take the power to throw things, to hit you, move things, whatever. The angels can take that away by neutralizing it. And as soon as I asked the angels to do that in my home, there were no more broken items thrown around. He no longer was able to attack me physically. So, obviously it worked. I believe that anybody, but especially a medium, must learn about these types of protections to understand that you have the authority to stop any bad behavior a spirit is causing. And the first step is to be aware of the kind of spirit you are attracting. We all tend to attract spirits who have had similar experiences. For example, suppose a medium has known someone who has committed suicide. In this case, they will most likely attract suicide victims in spirit because they have lived through suicide in their lifetime and probably suffered an emotional wound from it. And once we share something tragic, we tend to have compassion for it. And the spirit recognizes that in us. And this is also true if we've dealt with someone who had drug or alcohol addictions. Souls who pass away due to addiction will gravitate toward us rather than another medium who does not understand addiction issues or even suicidal issues. Now, going back to the angry man in our house that was terrorizing my son, if you or anyone you know suspect that your child has abilities, you need to start asking the angels to protect them morning, noon, and night so that the child can have a restful night's sleep. And it's helping that child understand setting boundaries right away, making sure the child and their parents ask the angels and guides to ensure all other spirit beings uphold their established boundaries. One other thing, if a person, whether they're a medium or not, is willing to help a spirit, the spirit has no reason to misbehave unless they have harmful intentions, whereas those types should never be allowed around you or your family anyway. That's why I don't like people playing with Ouija boards if they don't know what they're doing. Children don't understand their abilities or know how to even develop them, so they tend to attract negative beings because they're so vulnerable in that area. That's why, again, I would not under any circumstances allow children to play with Ouija boards. And it infuriates me that these boards are sold as a toy. The board doesn't have any power, but the child's intention or the people playing with it bring the dead forward. The purpose is to speak to deceased for fun, so that intention actually opens an invisible doorway that they are not prepared to close or deal with properly. And children typically do not understand protecting themselves from lower level, dark, harmful, or evil spirits. That's who generally comes through a Ouija board. So they become easy targets for dark, negative beings to attach to. Here's a student question. I want to know about God and angels. Do we have to earn our way to heaven, or does everyone go there, and is there a hell, or is it only in our head? My guide answer is that God created angels to help humanity while on earth. Since so many unenlightened souls come to earth to learn lessons, God put guides and angels in charge to assist people with the difficult lessons they are faced with. They try and impress the right thoughts in everyone's mind so they go in the right direction or do the right thing. Some people respect that advice and will listen, while others will do what they want, which usually turns out bad or causes problems for them and other people. And for that reason, many evolved souls are being sent to Earth to help the younger souls learn and grow. Evolved souls are sent to help spirits left behind to make their transition to the other side, which is what a medium does. The biggest problem the guides have noticed is that many enlightened souls do not know where to turn for guidance or acquire everything they need to know to do the work properly. And many are being born with certain abilities, but a lot of them don't acknowledge them out of fear of being made fun of or branded as odd or new age, spiritual weirdo. And the guides said that is entirely wrong. We need so many people to learn and do this work so we can make this planet a much more peaceful place. So let me tell you what the benefits are of being a psychic or medium at an early age. So when a person knows things on a deeper level, they tend to see through deceptions much easier. They learn to trust their intuition and guide themselves based on how they feel or connect to guides, angels, and loved ones. They will stop relying on what someone tells them to feel or how to behave. They become the leader of their own life. They stop caring how others see them because they know that they live to be a good person, to love, and to help others. Life doesn't need to be so difficult, and that's why it's best to be the light you want to see in the world. We have enough darkness, and as a collective, we need to bring much needed peace to the younger generations so they can live a better, less painful life than the past generations. But honestly, it starts with you. It starts with everybody. And that's why I created this channel, so I could help teach the masses. Whoever these videos find, I think you're meant to hear these. I'm going to leave that here for now, and I hope you got a lot out of this. Again, please like and subscribe to my channel so I can grow, and by growing, I will reach a lot more people out there who maybe need to hear this. So thank you again so much for listening and watching my videos and supporting me. It means the world to me. Have a great day or night. Love and light.